It's a stereotype that people will have trouble with their in-laws, specifically, that a woman will have trouble with her mother-in-law. But most people's troubles with their in-laws end after they split and certainly don't have to take anyone to court. Amber Rose, however, is lawyering up for one reason, to get a restraining order against her former mother-in-law. Amber Rose has had trouble with exes before. She says that Kanye nearly drove her to suicide when he wrote an album about Amber after their breakup. But her issues with Wiz Khalifa's mother are on a whole other level, and it's apparently enough to spend actual money and time in a courtroom to address. TMZ reports that Amber Rose wants a restraining order against Wiz Khalifa's mom, Katie Wimbush-Polk. Specifically, she wants to keep her and her 4-year-old son, Sebastian, away from Katie. Amber Rose wanting some breathing room from her ex-in-law is one thing. You might wonder why she'd want to deprive Sebastian of contact with his grandmother. As it turns out, Amber worries that Katie's attitude about Amber will infect her grandson. That's unfortunately not uncommon in cases of divorce. Even in cases where parents can keep things civil despite all of their frustrations with their ex, some other relatives just can't hold their peace. It seems unfair to keep a boy from his grandmother, but it would also be unfair to put a little kid in a situation where he's going to listen to his mom get bad-mouthed. They've actually faced each other in court before, a clear sign of a healthy relationship. Wimbush-Polk has sued Amber Rose for defamation before after Amber Rose said that Katie was an unfit grandmother. TMZ reports that Amber believes that Katie Wimbush-Polk's lawsuit is less over preserving her good name or whatever and more about getting revenge. Apparently Katie has always been outraged that Amber Rose left Wiz Khalifa, which was way back in 2014, folks. The lawsuit is, Amber is said to believe, just one of the ways that Katie has used to hound Amber ever since. Amber's split with Wiz, after mutual allegations of cheating, was nothing if not acrimonious. But they saw a divorce counselor and did their best to work things out. Wiz Khalifa hasn't shied away from slut-shaming Amber Rose in the past, which is truly classless. Not just because she's his ex and the mother of his child. Though obviously those are big factors. But also because slut-shaming is never okay. Amber Rose is a huge proponent of body positivity and of owning your sexuality. There's a huge gender double standard when it comes to sexual activity. A guy who has sex with a bunch of different women is a stud. A woman who has sex with a bunch of different men gets branded as a slut. Calling a guy a stud is always a compliment. Calling a woman a slut is supposed to be an insult, but it shouldn't be. And that's sort of what activities like the slut walk are supposed to be all about. When Wiz Khalifa slut-shames Amber Rose, in a way he's attacking all women who are proud of their bodies and their sexuality. Every guy who slut-shames one woman is effectively slut-shaming any other woman who's done the same thing. It's such an unfair situation. Not for Amber Rose's sake or Wiz Khalifa's or even Katie Wimbush-Polk's, but for little Sebastian Taylor Thomas. Have we mentioned that he has a great name? Though he might have some misgivings about his name whenever he watches The Little Mermaid. He deserves to have as many family members to dote upon him as he can safely be around. It's sad that, for some people, it's apparently more of a priority to spite little Sebastian's mother than to get to spend time with him. You gotta have priorities, people.